What if the entire universe is in constant motion, and behind it all, there's a single cause that never moves? Over 2,000 years ago, Aristotle asked these questions, and his answers shaped science and philosophy for centuries. Today, we're diving into his masterpiece, physics. Aristotle's physics is not a story of people and places, but of ideas in motion. It is a journey into the heart of nature itself, where Aristotle seeks to answer the timeless questions. What is change? What is motion? And why does anything happen at all? The story begins with a search for principles. Everything in nature, Aristotle says, is shaped by three elements: matter, the raw material; form, the structure or pattern; and privation, the absence of form that drives transformation. Change, then, is the movement from what is lacking to what is complete. A block of marble becomes a statue because the stone has the potential to hold shape, and through change, that potential becomes real. From here, Aristotle introduces the idea of causes. To truly understand anything, we must look in four directions: the material it is made of, the form it takes, the source that sets it in motion, and the purpose it serves. This last one, the final cause, is most important because in nature, nothing happens without purpose. A seed becomes a tree not by accident, but because that is its goal. Next, Aristotle turns to the heart of his investigation, motion itself. Motion, he explains, is the unfolding of potential into actuality. It is growth, alteration, or movement through space, all bound by the same principle of becoming. He also wrestles with the idea of infinity, concluding that infinity cannot exist as a completed whole. It is only potential, something that can always be extended further. He then explores the setting of all change: place, void, and time. Place, he argues, is not empty space, but the boundary where one body rests against another. The void, imagined as absolute emptiness, cannot exist. Nature does not allow it. Time, meanwhile, is defined as the measure of motion in relation to before and after. It is not an independent entity, but tied to the rhythm of change itself. Aristotle then organizes the many kinds of change. Things can change in substance, such as when something comes into being or passes away; in quality, as when something becomes hot or cold; in quantity, as in growth or shrinking; and in place, as in simple movement from one spot to another. All of these changes, though different, share the same logic of potential becoming actual. But is motion smooth or broken into parts? Aristotle insists it is continuous, like a flowing line that can always be divided further, but never split into isolated instants. To prove this, he tackles the paradoxes of earlier thinkers, like Zeno, who claimed that motion was impossible. Aristotle shows instead that motion is real, unbroken, and eternal. This leads him to ask, if everything moved is moved by something else, where does it all begin? A hand moves a stone, but the hand is moved by muscles, which are moved by desire, and so on. This chain cannot stretch back forever. There must be a first source of motion, something that moves without itself being moved in the same way. In the climax of his inquiry, Aristotle introduces the eternal principle of nature, the unmoved mover. Motion, he argues, has always existed and will always exist. To sustain this eternal process, there must be an ultimate cause, unchanging, everlasting, and necessary. The unmoved mover is not a physical object, but the pure actuality that makes all change possible. Thus, Aristotle's physics closes with a vision of the cosmos as a purposeful, ordered, and eternal whole. Matter and form, change and motion, time and causation, all find their place within a living universe, set in motion by a cause beyond change itself. Do you think the world is purposeful, or is it all chance? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other book summaries.